Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and I picked up a home warming, actually an apartment warming gift for a friend of mine's kid, and I thought I'll get him some screwdrivers. You know, I talk about basic tools, you know, maybe the starting kit. Normally, I said the first tool should be a hammer, followed by safety glasses, and then the Phillips screwdriver. In this case, he's got an apartment, and maybe a hammer isn't the first place to start. Anyway, I thought I'd get him some screwdrivers, just a nice pair, made in the USA, but then I went with insulated ones over just the regular screwdriver. And the reason is I started thinking about beginner tool users, DIY, kind of new to screwing around with your own stuff, and anyone who's moved into a house or an apartment, you know, for a little bit longer term, not just college, might start messing around with cover plates and switches and light fixtures and whatever else where you're screwing screws around electricity. And I thought maybe it's important to have insulated tools at the DIY or even beginner level. Now, Amazon made a set. I did a video about it. There were, I think, 3 pliers and 3 screwdrivers that were all 1,000 volt they're all Amazon Basics and all 1,000 volt rated. And I thought at the time that's kind of interesting. It was really inexpensive. I think I paid, I can't remember, I have to watch my video, something 12, 13 bucks or something for the set. Normally down to from 19 or whatever for things. Now I could spend a bunch more money and buy a 1,000 volt insulated Weehaw or, you know, many other companies. But I decided I'd get these to try out, played around with them. They seemed solid. But I just, the essence was, why 1,000 volt rated for a cheap pair of tools? Well, that's where I started thinking recently that perhaps that's really, I mean, Amazon is onto something. If you're new to all this, this could save your life. And maybe you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, but everybody's made mistakes. Everybody's learned the hard way. I mean, I remember taking out some baseboard heaters in an old house, and I thought they were 110. Turns out they're 220, so that didn't go too well when I hooked up an outlet to it. But anyway, I thought about Amazon's inexpensive 1,000 volt rated, and that's probably a good idea. Get people real tools. Doesn't have to be expensive tools, but maybe the safer version. A lot of times we end up getting kind of toy tools for new users, or we don't want to spend a bunch of money because it's going to sit in a drawer, you know, or under a sink for 10 years, maybe get used once a year. But I started thinking about that with the insulated tools, and this could save a life or at least prevent an injury. Yes, it's going to make a mess if they, you know, really screw up and cause a short or a fire or something, but the insulated tool did its job. Whereas if they just have a regular old screwdriver, you know, even some fancy ratcheting one, you know, they might be in the hospital. Anyway, so I was looking at it, and here's the Amazon Basics 1,000 volt rated one. It's already coming off, wiping off here. But here's how it kind of looks compared to, here's a Knipex, here's a Fluke, here's a Weehaw, just hold them this way, you know, and an Amazon Basics. You know, there is a bit of a difference. You are losing a little bit of the thin profile of the Phillips here. Fluke's looks like the smallest, Weehaw second. You know, the Amazon is probably the thickest here. But that's not, I mean, for a cover plate, for outlet work, for whatever they're doing that they should or shouldn't be, that's not going to affect things. But having a insulated screwdriver might affect the rest of their life. So anyway, that's why I went with these. I like the, you know, the bright color, the orange, the Klein. They made in USA. They were affordable. I can't remember what they were, like 15 bucks or something like that. You know, 7 a piece or 7 1/4 a piece plus tax or however you figure it out. But anyway, what I want to do is toss out that question. Should we be buying insulated tools for newbies, for beginners, for people who are DIYers or just new homeowners, rather than getting them an inexpensive set, you know, of 64 Craftsman screwdrivers that they'll use about 3 of them. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. Should we be getting these insulated stuff for the beginners? And with that, Doc out.